All right, we have learned about how to use animation to bring life to an illustration, right? The next animation that I'm going to walk you through is to apply the animation to introduce concepts at a specific time. Okay, sometimes when we want to talk about concepts, we want to make it like to review piece by piece, right? So that people will not get confused with your whole concept. So let me give you this example, okay? Let's say I'm talking about some product, right? Let's say protein one. I'm talking about this product, which is my maybe the old model of the product or the obsolete product, which I'm going to replace. So sorry that I'm using this example. I don't know whether it's true or not. I just use this protein way, which I get the image from the internet to walk you through as an example, right? So let's say this is the old packaging. So I can talk about the concept of the old packaging, protein 1.0, how it looks like, and how the packaging looks like. So after I have finished talking through the whole old packaging, now I want to review the new packaging, which is the new concept or the new idea. I will click the second time to bring out my new concept, my new idea, or my new packaging. And when you see that my old packaging is being a bit like fade off at the back, right? And the one that is new packaging or the new content or new idea or whatsoever is being uh, fade in front of the old model, right? So that is the usage of how we introduce a concept by applying animation. So another example, so let's say when I talk about the first one, the protein 1.0, the old packaging or the old formula or whatsoever is I just make up the story, okay? Don't quote me, right? So after I have done with this thing, the next one I want to review my new packaging or my new formula, a new concept, which is the protein 2.0. Okay, instead of having the first concept, which I still want to show the protein 1.0, but I don't want my audience to still want to see the protein 1.0. I want them to just straight away see protein 2.0 and forget the protein 1.0. How can I do that? I can apply the fade out. So it will fade out the first image and then it will fade in the second image, which now I have two ideas over here. One is that the left-hand side concept is to let you see that, oh, the first protein 1.0 and protein 2.0 and visually let people to compare and let people to still having protein 1.0 and 2.0 in mind. But the second illustration, which I'm showing you on the right-hand side, meaning that I show the protein 1.0 first, then only I show the protein 2.0. I straight away fade off the protein 1.0. I don't want people to still remember. I don't want people still see the protein 1.0 while I am talking about protein 2.0. So either way also can. It depends on your approach. But let me walk you through how to do such in animation in PowerPoint. Okay, same thing. Let me walk you through by just duplicating this particular slide. Control D is to duplicate. Once I duplicate, you can see that the existing animation is being duplicated also. But I don't want, I select all and delete. Once I deleted, it is as good as just an image. That is nothing, right? So the first, still remember the first, let me talk about the left-hand side first, which is the first concept, the protein one, and the image one. Okay, I want these to be shown up first while I talk through it. So what I can do, instead of one by one like this, I can click, select all the image together and group it together first. So once I click on this text box and the image, I can right click and then group it, right, G. Or there's a shortcut. Once you have all this selected, you just use the shortcut key. Control G is to group everything together. Control G, right? So same thing for this one and this and this. I want it to group together. I select all these three and click Control G. Now it's grouped together. So still remember, I want this to be shown first. So I click on this particular group of images, the text box. I look for fade. So meaning that it will fade out first, this particular image, right? Then the second one, once I click, this will pops up, right? So I click on this particular group of image and fade. Once I have this, you will see that I have two animation is being assigned to two groups. So still remember when I fade in this particular second group, which is protein 2.0, I want my protein 1.0 to be like a bit transparent, right? So that it will give an effect of a contrast, what is the old packaging and what is new packaging. So how can I do that? So click on this particular group of image again. Instead of, because right now it's being assigned with fade, I need to assign another animation on this particular image. That's why I use add animation and look for, instead of exit, I look for there's one animation called emphasis transparent. I want to make it transparent a bit. So you can click this out and see the effect option. Right now, the transparent is about 50%. I can make it to 75%, meaning that it's a bit lower, higher transparency. Or even if you want to make it more higher, you can adjust a custom level. Let's say I want using 80%. Okay, just click OK. And you will see that it will go one by one, right? Still remember, if I want these to go together, meaning that once I show this particular protein 2.0 out, and immediately my protein 1.0 is being transparent. So what I can do, I can click in as previous. So when I click in as previous, then this is how it looks. We'll go with the first one first, then second one, then the transparency will go together with the second group of image. It's a bit fast over here. Let us see how it looks like here on the slide format. I go into a slideshow mode. Ignore the one on the right-hand side first. Now concentrate on the right-hand side. So now the product, protein 1.0 is not being brought out because I have not initiated the animation by clicking. So once I click on it, the protein 1.0 is being animated. It fades out, right? So now I talk about this protein 1.0, the old formula, or maybe the old packaging or whatsoever. Example. So now I want to bring in protein 2.0 to talk about my new packaging, my new formula, or my new concept. So once I click on it, you will see the effect. The fade in kicks in, meaning that the group of image for protein 2.0 is fading, and my protein 1.0 on at the same time it's being transparent by 80% of the transparency. And this is the concept, how we introduce concept at a specific time. When I talk about protein 1.0, when I talk about protein 2.0, my protein 1.0 is being faded out. Okay, this is one of the idea we can do. So now let us concentrate on the second, this particular part, right? Okay, so I group this protein 1.0 first, Control G, and then let me, okay, I bring this to the back, right? Bring this to the back. Okay, now I can choose this protein 2.0 and then go and group, right? I can use this mouse click, or I can straight away Control G is to group. Okay, once I group it, right? So I bring this to the back again. Okay, first thing first, this. Okay, so I want to bring this out when I talk about protein 1.0. Click this particular group of image and assign fade. Okay, once I assign fade, it will fade in. Then I talk protein 1.0. So that next one I want, this is a bit tricky over here. Sometimes it's overlapping. You can't select those images at the back. Maybe you just move a bit out, right? Move a bit out so that you can have some space to click on the second image. Click on the second image, the second group. Is it assigned? Oh, second group. Oh, just now assigned second group, not this first group. So let me delete this one first. Sorry. So make sure that you click on the first group. Okay. Maybe we just bring it out first. Okay. So click on the first group, make it fade in first. So you see that the first group is being fade in. Then the second group, I want to fade in again on the second click, right? So once I fade in the second group, my first group should fade out, because I don't want to let my audience see this particular group of content anymore. So I can go and add animation, go to select this exit fade out. So it will fade out together. So meaning that I need to change this to with previous, meaning that once this particular group of image fade in, this group of image will fade out, right? So just align it back together so that as if like, look, they are overlapping to each other. So let's see this particular animation, how it looks like on slideshow mode. So this one I have talked through the first concept already. Now concentrate on the right hand side, which I want you to see how the effect looks like. So now I want to talk about, Protein 1.0, this is the old formula, this is the old packaging, and talk about that. So once I have finished talking through this particular Protein 1.0, and now I will introduce Protein 2.0, I will initiate by clicking the second click. Once I click on the second click, you will see that my Protein 1.0 images will fade off and will fade in the Protein 2.0. Now I start talking about Protein 2.0. So what are the difference between the one on the left and the one on the right? As I just explained, right? The one on the right hand side, you still want your audience to see Protein 1.0. You still want them to have the thing in mind about Protein 1.0 while you are talking about Protein 2.0. They can see the differences. But the one on the right hand side, you want them totally don't want to concentrate on Protein 1.0 anymore. Just want them to focus on Protein 2.0. That's why we use these two types of concepts. No right and wrong. It depends on how you want to approach it. So I hope that you learned something from this particular video, how to introduce concept at a specific time. Okay, I will see you in the next video.